Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia. Let's talk books. Today I'm here with a dedicated review that is part of my Reading the French Classics series. Today I'm going to talk about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. First off, let me say that if you are a fan of Jules Verne, or if 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is one of your favorite books or a book that you really like, please don't torture yourself. Please don't watch this review. I don't have a ton of really good things to say about this other than Jules Verne is one of those 19th century iconic writers that I had never read. And so he's on my list of people to read as part of my series. And I picked up 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and started buddy reading it with one of my good friends who is also a historian of France. She DNF'd it. She couldn't get past what the first 1,500 pages. It's just not a good story for a modern audience. I can see why people loved Jules Verne in the 19th century and all the techniques that he did that were noteworthy. But no, it is just not a good book. So let me start with the good things. This will be a short section. So I thought the most interesting part about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is one of the main characters, Captain Nemo. He is interesting because he's not necessarily the typical 19th century white European character all the time. The characters in this book do fit certain archetypes. Captain Nemo fits some of it, but not all of the time. He is somebody who seems to at times care about non-white populations. At one point he saves an Indian fisherman. The problem with that is that it was a very 19th century version of what being progressive might be, and Jules Verne makes him not want to kill certain people, save certain people, but Jules Verne still uses the word savages a lot to describe native peoples in different parts of the world. Our main characters are saying that. Our main characters have very negative views of non-white people. And so Captain Nemo is an attempt at providing a different point of view, but is not successful for a modern audience. I guess that's how I will put it. He is an interesting character, though, and one of my critiques of the book is that there's just not a lot of character development in this story. We're following several characters in here in a submarine as they're exploring the world's oceans, and so a lot of what attracts someone to this book is actually the marine life and the things that they're observing, and they're traveling all over the world, and kind of some of that the world that Jules Verne doesn't know because our exploration of the oceans was not good enough for that, but he fills in things that might be interesting to a large audience, right? It's sci-fi at the time. The problem for a modern day audience is that scientific element, his guesses at what life is like in the oceans, and the kinds of animals that you would see, and how submarines function, a lot of that now we have knowledge of today, and he gets a lot of it wrong. A lot of that stuff didn't stand out to me as wrong because I don't know all of the science. I'm not an oceanographer. I'm not a marine biologist. And so I can't tell you, point by point everything he gets wrong. But, I mean, he gets certain things about how submarines work wrong. Although he very nicely predicts the invention of submarines. And so I was just not interested in his version of ocean life today, well, at the time, right? And so that was not interesting enough to keep me going. As a result, then I needed plot and character development. There is no character development here. Each character kind of remains within their box throughout the entire book. The most interesting character is Captain Nemo, and we get very little information about him, and he is the most interesting character. So no character development. Plot. There is some plot, things do happen. There are moments of high tension and danger, and those are the most exciting moments in the book. In fact, when I was thinking about DNFing it, I started reading one of these moments, and so it kept me reading. A big mistake, because those moments don't last very long, and soon enough what you're stuck in is what most of the story is about, is a bunch of people stuck in a submarine looking at what's in the ocean, navigating the world's oceans. So why did I finish reading? I did not DNF this book. I read everything in here. I didn't DNF it, one, because I wanted to be able to talk about this book. I don't tend to talk about books that I DNF on the channel a lot, and I wanted this as part of my Reading the French Classics series, and I wanted to be able to talk about this. But I guess I should have told people that I was intending to pick this book up, because I posted on Instagram that I thought this book was really boring, and several people reinforced that it was not just me, that they agreed with me that it's very boring, and I'm just like, why didn't anybody tell me? I am now mad at the two students in my Modern France history class who read Jules Verne and didn't tell me that that he was boring. Now, I did read another Jules Verne in the previous month, so in March, and it was The Eternal Atom. That is a short story that was not boring. It was a little slow at the beginning, but once you get to the meat of that short story, I liked it. I really enjoyed the discussions about history and the circular nature of history. That was fantastic. The Eternal Atom is a book I recommend if you're really into history, and especially because it's short. But then I was reading that they suspect that short story was probably either edited or rewritten by his son, because it was published posthumously and it was one of his unpublished works. So, in the end, don't pick up 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It is boring. It is very boring. I will give Jules Verne another try because I really like The Eternal Atom, and I own another copy of one of his books. But it's a chunk of time you're never going to get back from your life if you read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And I don't even know if the translation mattered. This translation is hard to get into. This is the the standard translation here that I have, but I was able to get past that at first. So I was like, okay, well, translation, 19th century writing, I can get past some of this, and no, this book is just boring. Save yourself some time, please. You have been warned. Thank you so much for watching this. If you really love Jules Verne and really hate me saying all these negative things about it, I'm sorry. Why did you watch this video? I'm sorry. But if you did watch, stuck to the end, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.